Mic check. Mic check. Hey, there it is. Why is it coming through as mono? Yes. I hope you're at least enjoying the good music. Well, whatever. You'll tell me if you can't actually hear me very well or if the audio quality is terrible. But until then, hello, 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 and welcome to another One Lion of Code. I am One Lion. Oh, there is so much going on lately, and it's taken me in too many places at once. I won't say it's more than I can handle, but it is a lot. A lot. Good quality is fine. The reason that I say that is because may as well go to desktop. Hi, Duke is off, by the way. And TBD Gamer, thank you so much for lurking as always. How do I turn off preview? Aha, cool. The reason that I say this is because normally my microphone is in stereo. I have two bands that show up here, and it's only showing me one at the moment. I kind of remember getting a message from Crisp, which is the thing that I use for noise cancellation, saying that it needed to update, and then I tried the update and then it failed. So then I had to relaunch Crisp manually. But I haven't since restarted the computer, so I'm going to assume that Crisp is just having issues. Oh, wait. Yeah, and it definitely shows one channel, 16-bit, 48,000 megahertz, blah, blah, blah. So anyway. Preview back on. So hi, welcome to another fantastic day for developers, for being a developer, for wanting to do code and all the things. Lately on our stream, we have been working on UI design work, trying to get better at it, trying to scoot over so that I'm more in the frame. Why does it feel like I have to be so far over suddenly? Everything feels weird. Why? Anyway, we've been doing UI design work on the app that we've been working on for the stream. I bet you 180 seconds. Nope, wrong one. That I did not start listening with the bot. Here we go. Let's find out. Oh, wow. Okay, well, the bot is listening, so that's good. However, the LLM is definitely not running. So what am I trying to do? I have no idea what I'm trying to do. Can somebody help me? I could just pretend you aren't there. True. I mean, that's what I'm doing. I don't know why, but I feel like I always have to justify why I wear these shirts. But I won't. I'm fighting against it. There we go. This is what I'm looking for by Rovius on screen. Light the click. Terminal. I hope you get a kick out of them. I'll say that much. I hope it is entertaining to you. All right. I don't know if you heard that, but the microphone I use for work, it's just this little lav mic. Just made a squeaky noise while I was moving it around. Okay, where are we? So because we have no idea how long TBD Gamer's stand-up is going to be today, because stand-ups at companies aren't really stand-ups, are they? I'm still going to give him a shout out right now. Check him out. Should I? Yeah, we should. Shout out TBD Gamer. He is an amazing developer that is so much fun to watch. He's really cool. He works on 2 projects on his stream. Number 1 is Water Drink Water, that he works on Mondays and Tuesdays. I saw you there, Napalm. Sup, my coding brothers. And then on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or I guess I should tell you what Water Drink Water is. It's a community project where he invites his community members to do open source development on this project for tracking the consumption of water. Hello, Kilted Ninja. Happy to see you. I hope you are well. Doing amazing. Aperture Science amazing. Ow. Hold on, give me a second. Oof. Okay, we're good. So anyway, that's Water Drink Water. So he only works on that one on stream. And so the entire development process for it, the community working together on it, is there for you to participate in if you so desire. I am struggling with words today. It's even worse than usual. But yeah, so that's project number 1. Project number 2 is another one called Liquid Sky, and it is a project management application that is geared towards it's developer centric is the phrase that I keep trying to say about it but never remember, because while I start talking everything just goes bleh. Oh no, you do not have to be ashamed of not following. That there is no shame here for that. I appreciate you, appreciate your follow, but there is never any obligation to, nor will you be stigmatized for choosing not to. Yeah. But anyway, I appreciate it. Thank you. Fantastic news. What is the fantastic news? That you aren't stigmatized? No shame. Or did you want that? Because if you want that, I mean, that's a different story. We could probably accommodate. But anyway, so that's TBD Gamer. Liquid Sky on Wednesday through Friday. Water Drink Water Mondays and Tuesdays. He streams from about 5 hours ago. Normally it's 11:30 my time when I say this, so I have to do math slightly different. But anyway, 5.25 hours ago is when he would have started his stream, when he did actually start his stream today, and he streams for about 2 hours every weekday. I've had quite enough stigma in my life, but cheers though. Done. You do not have to worry about that here. All right, so what do we do on this stream? On this stream, we've been working on a project called the Financial Management Tracker. It is our stream project. On Fridays, I kind of play around with our bot that we have. Speaking of, I didn't actually tell the bot to start using an LLM. So that's not going to work yet until I see an Irish heartthrob, or so I'm told. Load. Shame. We're ringing the shame bell for Kilted? Nah. I mean, you can, but if you want me to get naked and walk down your street, you just have to ask. Perfect. Loading. Model is loaded. Okay, so we should be good to go. Let me make sure that the overlay thingy is refreshed. I said that with a little bit of the stuffed nose. Favoriteest sound clip on the entire stream. And you spent your first 100 paw points on it. Awesome. I'm glad it's recommended at 100. So what do we have on our stream? We have a financial management tracker. You can see it on GitHub. It's open source, also a community project if you feel like contributing. Right now we finished the core development of the application. There are hundreds of videos, almost literally, just over 100 videos on the actual development process, where we started from concept through, I guess you could call it design, not really good design, but this is all that we had previously. And then implementation. Yes, Figma. So then we finished the core functionality of it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not happy with rushing through the parts that I said I really wanted to do as if we were making this project for a customer. I wouldn't have rushed through this. I mean, maybe I would have because they have time constraints and stuff, but we don't really have time constraints. We could take as long as we want on this. Plus, I'm a weak designer, UI designer, so I want to gain some skills in that. So we decided that the next step, whatever, that the next step is to take that product, and now we're role playing, because I love role playing, as a do check. Yes. Oh, yes. And we will do a proper shout out for Irish John in a second. Tacos. we're role playing as a UI designer who's being hired onto a project where they've been using this application for some time, and they're now wanting this thing to be designed better, to get a facelift, essentially, which is pretty much what I'm doing for my real day job. I'm just not, again, I'm not a designer. So I've been doing a lot of the UI implementation for someone else's redesign of that application, but I've had to add my own flair to it. We have like, imagine this. You have this core application with all of its data entry stuff, all of its different pages, all of its different functionalities. And here we only have like 2 different primary functionalities. But now take all of that functionality and rearrange it so that it looks appropriate for a commercial approach. So instead of doing this from a consumer perspective, where you're going to have everyday users using it, think about what it would look like if you're using it in a corporate environment, and then make a skin on top of that and lay everything out differently, display information differently. That's pretty much what I had to do. And I'm like, I'm not a designer. I don't know what to do for that. So anyway, we ended up creating that second skin and styling it. We have 2 different color themes, light mode and dark mode, which pretty much really means one color scheme, which is dark mode, because nobody wants to use light mode. 3 color schemes. One that you unlock if you have one of their gaming systems. Then you get the gaming color scheme, which I really like. It's got a really cool vibe to it. But same application, 3 different environments, and the only one that was designed was that initial consumer modern looking skin and design. And then I had to muddle my way through the rest of it. Oh, thank goodness for streaming though, because I'm getting some skills. I wouldn't call this the worst design I've ever seen or made myself. I would probably call the RMA apps pretty bad design. I did like DDMS though. It's still just so rudimentary. But anyway, we're taking that original design and we're acting like we are UI designers, going through the entire thought process of how would users use this, how would they react to it, can we add some flair to it, can we inject some dopamine hits with what we do. And so we redesigned the landing page to look like that, and then as you're scrolling, landing page collapses a bit, and then you get the content area. So these sections here, I still haven't decided what to do with the backgrounds yet. And then as you're scrolling some more, you get this kind of fading effect. The background should be parallaxing during this entire scrolling. And then again, no idea what to do with the backgrounds on these sections. I do want to find some actual placeholder images, or just actual images that we're going to use would be nice. But yeah, that's where we're at. So I've been mocking it up in Figma. Which one? Not you. Oh, hey, it's running. So here's the app actually running. But yeah. Did I say Figma? I've been mocking it up in CodePen. That's the most recent thing that we've been doing. And I can't find my browser that has it open. So this is what it currently looks like. You're welcome to head over to... Right. I was fixing some things. Get rid of these placeholder colors. And then I'll give you the shared link. Background primary color. Where is main? Wait, I don't have a random color on main. Why are you being weird? Oh, I think the app is... I mean, the page is dead. Excuse me. What's going on here? What did I break? Why are we staring at a blinding screen? Placeholder. I was like, there's one. Section. It's got to be section. Hero. No background color. You've got a background color. That gets rid of those. Yeah, what's happened to my background? My background should be a gradient. Did get rid of those. Anyway, as mentioned, hacks. Well, thank you, Dukasoft. Thank you so much for sharing it. As mentioned, though, I am going to do a massive shout out to the one and only amazing game developer, Irish John Games. As you heard from Dukasoft, he is being published by Microprose. You can head over to their website. You can see it on Steam. This is what it looks like on the Microprose website. It is super awesome. I think it might still be in the carousel, in the intro carousel. Here it is, coming soon. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at this. Look at this, so professional, so amazing looking. It is an RTS game with kind of Civilization vibes almost, where you go around. Well, I don't know. I haven't really played Civilization, so I can't say that. That's a secret. You have multiple ways to play, but you essentially control crews on a ship, and you can do trading, you can do island capturing, you can do any number of things and play the game how you decide you want to play it. There's some end game content that he's worked on that is pretty awesome looking. That's going to be fun. And hello, Rob. Rob Lang. I see your message, but I don't see your message. Dude, Dude, what happened to it? I so blank. Anyway, hi. Hi. Hi, Rob Blank. A few workers at my 9 to 5. Oh, anyone mess with .NET workers? Any? Yes, that is what the core function. What? I get to that in a second. First, Irish John Games. Check out his game. Go to Steam. Wishlist it. Love it. You can get to Steam from here. I don't really like that link from Microprose because it takes you to the sign in page. So instead, use the other link from that message that takes you directly to his store page. And since you're most likely not logged into the browser, click this button here that opens it up in your Steam client, and then you'll have the add to wishlist button, unless you've already wishlisted it, in which case don't click that again, ever. Look at these, man. Look at these screenshots. The interactivity, the music. I would play the full trailer, but I would be the only one listening to it. And it's worth watching and listening to. So check out our Rise of Piracy by Irish John Games, published by Microprose. That's so awesome. Okay. So let's talk about workers in .NET. So there is a software that I worked on called DDMS that has a worker service that runs on the server. And the job of that worker service is to monitor the queue, the message queue that I have set up on that same server, and check for any new messages. And those messages will tell it when it needs to perform indexes on documents stored in a specific folder, update the index, index maintenance on that, as well as firing off the search service. So with that in mind, what is Napalm saying? Anyone mess with .NET workers? Any? Pretty cool. Used to have to set up all that plumbing yourself in a console app. True. You just create a file, new project, worker service, and it just sets everything up for you that you might need. The one thing that I think you have to opt into is to be able to run it as a Windows service. Irish John Game says, yeah, a few years ago too. Rob Lang Dev says, I have a few workers at my 9 to 5. I was like, I would assume you have a few workers at your day job. And then I read Napalm's message. Anyway, so if I get it, literally just a way to put background processes either into an ASP.NET Core host or run independently, but it gives us all the DI goodness and a quick, easy point to add business logic to. Yeah, I mean, there are definitely places to have it working. But like you said, it's really easy to set up in .NET. The most brain-melting thing is that the .NET Core workers are happy on Windows and Linux. Yeah, Windows and Linux. Emphasis on the and. So true. Working with Aspire, going to use for queue message consumption. Awesome. Yeah, I use RabbitMQ currently. It was really easy to set up and work with, so I was like, it's done what I need it to do. Okay, did I miss any chat while I was yammering? I missed Dukasov's very first joke, which was, I've just written a song about a tortilla. Well, it's more of a rap, really. And another dad joke. Did you hear about the two thieves who stole a calendar? They each got 6 months. Well, that's nice of them to share evenly. You wouldn't think that there would be honor there. This guy. We could just pretend you weren't here. Then napalm came in. YOLO napalm. Says Dukasoft. Duka to Kelted. I mean Kelted to Dukasoft. Apparently I wasn't following him now. Fantastic news. Quite enough stigma. We ring in the same bell for Kilted Night. Although you can. I'm just remembering the conversation so that I can know what I actually responded to. Oh. And yes, that is Microprose. Yes. It even made me do the nose thing. Like, I'm so proud of you, Irish John, that I'm even doing the aw shucks motion. It's so cool. Another dad joke. How do you steal a coat? You jacket. There was a phrase that we used in marching band that I really don't want to repeat on stream, but it has to do with jackets and taking them off. I'll let you infer from there. Extrapolate. Okay, so what's going on with my background here? What did I do to my primary background color? What did you play in marching band? I was always in the drum line. I played bass drum. And I played all of them. I tended to play the big Berthas, the 5s and 6s, depending on how many we had that year. But I've played all of them except for one, bass 1, which is the smallest. Button primary color. Wait, that's button. Is that what the issue is? Did I make my primary background color disappear? When did I manage to do that? Here's here. Primary background color. On me. Primary background color is off black. Off black is a not quite black. And body background color, primary background color. Okay, so it's got to be our hero section that's getting this weird button secondary border. Oh, I thought I saw section up here with the background color. That's button. Okay, app header's fine. Oh, this is also confusing. Man, who used to say that a lot? I can't think of who I'm thinking of. Hello, Thindle. Man, so many good developers to shout out today. So Thindle is an app developer as well, working in .NET. Lion is secretly one of the best devs in the world, but he's too humble to admit it. Well, you heard wrong. I will say I am a average to above average dev. It's mostly my work ethic, but I'm definitely not the best. I am not humble. I wouldn't have admitted to, well, I don't know. I don't know if humble people admit to being any good at anything, but I do admit that I'm a decent dev. I don't know what's going on with this background though. Any thoughts? What did I do? Main. What's your background color? Background color is white on main. That's what the issue is. And that would have been in my breakpointing while I was testing the breakpoints. So here, I missed one. Ups. Okay, and Foolish Snabble is here. Hello, I hope you're having a fantastic day, whatever time it happens to be for you, sometime late afternoon, early evening. maybe. I rocked again at work today. We had a problem. I upgraded a dependency from 1.11.0 to 1.11.1. Problem solved. That's 2, maybe 3. Tell us about your first one. I believe it had something to do with the fix for everything. So Thindle said, I called myself an expert in another stream earlier today. I followed it up that you should never trust anyone who calls themselves an expert. You are really good at what you do, though, Thindle. Absolutely. It sounds like a Wednesday for you, solving all the issues. You're the only expert I trust. Aww. Aww. Have we tried turning it off and on again? Okay, so anyway, we have media query breakpoints that we set up. I learned how to use a map in SAS on Monday's stream. And so that's this syntax here. So this counts as both a list and a map. According to, yeah, anyway. So what I wanted were just some industry standard breakpoints for window sizing so that when we get to the point of making this responsive, we have some good breakpoints to work with. But really the main thing that I've been wanting to get done is twofold, I guess. First is figuring out what to do with the backgrounds for the sections, which Dukasoft and Tunicus helped me realize what some of the issues were as far as there was a gap there that shouldn't have been there. Today I didn't do a migration. Well, technically I helped another guy with his migration. I guess I can't shake this. Irenokin has plural form? Thindles? You want to be Thindles? Is that what you're saying? So are everyone doing awesome today? Is everyone? Yeah, it is. Yes, Thindles. We am doing well. But you can has cheeseburger. Oh, one of my favorite memes. I don't even know memes very well, but I do know this one. You can has mandate. No, this is the if it's not made for sit, then why is it made of warm? That's what this one is. Anyway. Hi, Beppin. Like I said, I don't know very many memes and stuff. Anyway, where are we at? We are trying to figure out, oh yeah, so two things. The backgrounds on these sections, how do I want to style them? And then number 2 is to do the actual shrinking of the hero section as you scroll to a point. And when you get to that point, then it starts actually scrolling up and then opacity fading out. So, oh yeah, I was saying that Dukasoft and, or I actually did finish that thought. Multiple timelines at the same time is hard. So Dukesoft and Tunicus helped me figure out an issue that I had with the sections actually bleeding or having a gap between them when they shouldn't have. And then, yeah, now we just need to decide on what they look like as you're scrolling. So one thing I know I want is a parallax background while I scroll. The other one is the shrinking hero section. So is it time for us to start using, what is this one? Oh, right. This is the one that I think Findle said he uses. Mobbin. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. Where's my placeholder? White dash space. Normal. Nothing? Oh, right. There we go. Position relative. This one is going to be display grid. Place items center. Now we're gonna do this really weird thing. Where we have the font size be 80%, which is massive. I just want to see it change. What? You're supposed to match the width, man. Whatever. No font size then. Just do whatever you do. I don't care. All right, where are we? Canada. No, we're not in Canada, but I do know someone that is. Are feeling awesome. Thank you, says Dukasoft. Also, Norway turned cold again. Guess that was our summer for this year. And then Thindle said to Snabo, a guy I know just moved to Abisko, outside of Kiruna. Car left today. He's got summer tires on. Oh, that's not good. Not if it's winter again already. At least Norway looks pretty when there's snow all over it. Napalm says, I am shook how quick working with Aspire is. Just wow. I'm impressed. Awesome. Definitely feel free to let us know your experiences. Like, what about it? Feel free to give us details if you're interested in doing so. You can also wait for Friday's stream for that. If you want to talk about it like as a group. Snubble says, it can get slippery up north from all the mosquitoes you run over. Ew. Napalm then said, couple that with Copilot and bam. Yes. Sorry, I am like super off kilter. I sent a message to my HR this morning that my last day is next month, 17th. And I just keep that flinching at every notification message. And I don't like that part. Anyway, Bisco and Karuna look like a mine in the snow in the summer and fall and spring. Like what kind of mine? A landmine or the holes in walls where you excavate stuff from? And yeah. I'm sure I said that in the most correct way possible. Snubble said to Thindle, a friend demoed Copilot 365 that did seem very useful. And then hello to Napalm. And Napalm responds back. Thindle says, too expensive for my cheap behind. Snapple said, Azure really liked my tip for moving Blazor app service to a new app plant to fix problems. Maybe I get to be a Blazor MVP now, hopefully. For context, Kiruna, I'm saying it Japanese more and more. Kiruna, like 1,600 kilometers north of me, and I already live in the frozen wastes. Rob Lang said, UK turned cold this week too. Same big lump of low pressure Arctic Ocean air mass. That is a very, very acrobatic way of putting it. Low pressure Arctic Ocean air, oceanic. I even read it wrong. Low pressure Arctic oceanic air mass. Ugh. It's not freedom yet, Peter. Not yet. So Peter said, congrats on freedom or whatever. And yeah, the most awkward part of quitting is talking to the client. Actually, I haven't even talked to the client yet, which your consulting company won't want you to talk to them yet. You know. HR, happiness regulators, or, human resources. One of them. Whichever one makes you feel most comfortable with talking with them. Some parts are big hole. Other parts are small deep holes, says Dindle. So, mine. Got it. Gotta run for a few. All right, Dukasoft, thank you so much. So very much for being here for as long as you were. Really appreciate you. Here's a dad joke for the end. How do you fix, I'm a data joke. Are you making fun of my databases? How do you fix a damaged jack-o'-lantern? You use a pumpkin patch. I think I get it. Strip mine and dig mine. Question, man. I don't know, man. Cotton? I think the way you said because now I want to say it like Japanese. So those can all be represented with hiragana, and so I break them up into syllables. Ki da, kiruna, and so it looks like kiruna. I just say it American and offend everyone's ears. Hiruna. It's actually very close. Kiruna. Soft R's everywhere but America. That's a lie. There are other languages that use strong or heavy R's. I want to call them heavy. Is that okay if I call them heavy? Okay, moving on though. Yeah, and I'm also going to give it some opacity just because I know that all of my placeholders are going to be this stylized type thing. As long as you don't fat shame them, true. Okay. What should these alternate, oh, nice. Nice. Very good. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. You're so helpful. Gosh. How should I actually display these sections? Because that's like the hardest part of looking at other designs. It's like, great, you have this wonderful landing page that you're showing me, but how does it go from landing page to rest of the content? You flash the screen, obviously. Yeah, and then you completely change the UI. What about a seamless scroll where you can feel like you're actually transitioning into the what is this app about content? And why would you start with this beautiful dark theme on your landing page that looks like this and then have everything jump to this really bright, blinding, I didn't opt in for this look. Thank you so much for the lurk, Rob Lang. Lang Dev. Did I do a proper shout out for you, Thindle? With the follow and all? I did. Good. If you missed it though, definitely give Thindle a follow if you aren't already. If you enjoy app dev, .NET app dev content, he's a very good streamer to watch. Have I mentioned how hard words are? Okay, how do you go from this to content? Yeah, again, it's another, let's make the screen do all this weird stuff and then flash you this bright form. Why? Why would you do that? I am so bad at shoutouts, it's not even funny. It is not required either. You don't have to do shoutouts. Anything that you do above and beyond is really appreciated, but I do not fault you for it. Project brief. What happens when you scroll down? Oh wait, you can't scroll down. Instead, you're going to get a sudden change to a different screen. And then the content is going to be replaced by other stuff. So is this what modern dev is? Modern UI dev is? You only get that one main splash screen hero landing page, and then you have to interact with something in order to view more content? Because I don't like that. Call me old school, but I think you should be able to get the information about the app from the landing page. But then again, we did search for and filter by onboarding at some point, if I recall correctly. No, this looks like everything is unfiltered. Okay, yeah, how do you do it? You have one button that says get started and then log in, sign up without any extra information. And then suddenly you're in the app. Nope. You? Night. Oh man. I mean, they're really cool effects and stuff, but look, it's single read. Oh, it's bonsai. Yeah, I thought. Anyway, let's actually go to bonsai. If you don't know bonsai, I think it's like a financial thing as well. Bonsai company cat arrested. It's so hard to search for. Business management solution. Here, hello bonsai. Yeah, so it's kind of easier for them, but what they ended up doing, do you have a dark mode? Of course not. What it looks like they ended up doing is having this kind of slightly darker background on the hero section, and then the primary background color. But there is this very faint transition of like this whole part here is sectioned off. I don't know if that's coming through very well on the stream. but it's very faint. And that's kind of the effect that I'm going for, where it's non-intrusive, but also not this in your face, blaringly bright color. Okay, so what that means is let's see what happens when we start putting some of our app's primary colors on our sections, and then maybe just adding a little bit of if we add opacity though, then the background will come through, and that's kind of one thing that I'm trying to avoid. What's a little funny? Did I say funny? Oh, Thindle shoutouts, or lack of shoutouts. We should already have a rule for section. That's hero section. Okay, so nth of type even, which should be... Actually, I don't know how it starts counting even odd when you have a selector that excludes a specific subset of heroes, of that element, that selector. So let's find out. Background color. And then which one of these do we... Actually, background. Let's just do background. That way we can use images, linear gradients, etc. Hello, Bit Gamey. Oh my goodness, so many amazing people. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. I will give you a proper chat out shortly. Oh, what now? Where's our colors? Yeah, we're gonna create some custom properties for these colors. What? First shot? First shot of the day. First shot from Vic Gamey. Baffled. Okay, that definitely deserves a shout out. This amazingly talented individual here that is currently archerying is Bit Gamey. I should turn this into chat out. But anyway, shout out for Bit Gamey. Amazing person, amazing developer, very interactive stream where you can have lots of fun on and with him, just hanging out, pushing buttons randomly, making things happen on his stream. But yeah, definitely check him out. He streams game dev. His primary game is Homeward Hound, where you play as a dog and you're trying to make your way home because you got separated from your people. And his Friday distracted stream games are it's a zombie game where it's like the Fallout 3/4, or not really 3/4, I don't know, what is that, 70%, 70-degree view camera angle. A nice little survival game. Basically Stray, but with a lesser animal, right? True. I'm not going to agree with you, Thindle. True. Those trues were just, you know... That, yeah. Shots fired. Stray wishes it was as successful as Homeward Hound will be. So distracting. I love it. Don't stop. Ever. Of course, the game will be better, but the MC, not impressed. I couldn't even tell you the type of dog, and he says it like a million times during his stream. I'm gonna naively call it a beagle. Would I be wrong if I just called it a beagle? Cheeto eyes. I will say that I am partial to cats. In my past, I did have a nice little run-in with a dog. Actually, now I can say that I've had two less than desirable run-ins with dogs. When I was a lot younger, a lot littler, I used to just be afraid of them out of, well, because I'm a cat, obviously. Um, so out of instinct. And there was a playful dog that was excited, and this is the story that I'm told. I actually don't remember this personally, but it jumped onto me, or stood up on its hind legs and then kind of fell over onto me, and I fell over backwards. And as it was moving its head around, being all excited, one of its teeth caught me in my forehead and gave me this nice little scar that I have forever. And that's pretty traumatizing to someone that already is afraid of dogs or was afraid of dogs. Um, I've since gotten okay with dogs. Still prefer not to be around them. But my oldest brother had a dog that had some behavioral issues, and so we're at my parents for some holiday, and this dog is lounging inside. Must have hurt the dog's tooth. Yeah, I have a really hard head, and I'm not even joking about that. So probably did hurt the dog more than me. But anyway, we're at my parents' house, and I get up from the couch. Oh, the dog is just lounging around. One of its favorite little rope toys, the ones that have the knots on the end and the frillies, is just sitting out in front of it. And as I needed to get up to go to the restroom, so I got up, walked over, and I happened to step over its little chew toy, and I just kind of clamped my feet around it and then wiggled a little bit, and then it jumped at me, bit my leg. I'm gonna say bit my leg. It nipped my leg, but it I was like, that's not good behavior. It's not a thing. Yeah. No. Anyway. The worst thing that a cat has done to me, by the way, and I've been around a lot of cats, is it made my eyes swell close to shut. Because apparently I'm allergic to cat dander. And I still ended up owning a cat. Anyway, that's my story. These alt backgrounds. I was gonna make custom properties for them. Highly allergic, just yeah. So Napalm knows what it's like. I had no idea, and it triggers it. Yep. I had no idea what was happening. This was after a gig, so I was in a very, very small Beatles inspired group, and we played for various bars and stuff. But we were, how was it? The main dude was driving, and we went to his place first to drop off his guitar and a few other things. And because his cat was just kawaii and looking like it wanted to come with us wherever we were going next, he brought it with us in his truck. And so I was snuggling my face in it. It was walking all around the truck, cabin, and I love cats. Anyway, by the time we got to my house, because he was dropping me off, my eyes were like itchy, and I'm like, oh, I want to scratch them. And at this point in time, I didn't know that I was allergic to cats. And I'm like, oh, scratch. And then they started swelling, and I was able to get my drums inside the house. But like right after that, my eyes were just swollen shut. Oh, good times. And that was story time with Beto. Ooh. Beto. FMT. Section primary. BG. Color. FMT. Section alt. BG. Color. I just put a semicolon like I'm done. We don't have to pick the color. We'll probably want some mix of one of these colors. Let's figure out what they look like real quick. It'd be nice to have my palette always up though, wouldn't it? Let's go with 4 and 1. So let's start with 1 and then go to 4. Okay, and then the actual section rules. I should have copied the property because words are hard today. I'm gonna end up mistyping it, and I'm just lazy in general anyway. Probably zoomed right by it. Bar pasta. Yeah, okay, so even does, when you do even with an exclude rule, unless this is counting as 0 and not 1, it will still treat the first element even though you skipped it as an even or as an odd. Okay, so we should have 2 sections, which you can see here. Yeah, that looks terrible. I'm gonna have to do something to them to make them better. And I'm not sure what, other than sizing and padding. So let's do sizing and padding first. We'll want our max width to be main content max width. And because I haven't solicited this yet today, if anyone does have any recommendations for how to approach styling this, I am all ears. Very, very open to hearing any honest styling suggestions. I will qualify it with that though, because I really intend this to be treated like it is an application for a customer. Dang it. It's the content that needs to get that. Did I actually structure this so that inside of each section you have a content wrapper? No. I think I need to do that. Is this bad practice? For example, the reason that I want to nest another element inside of section is so that the section itself can span the entire width of the page while still being able to constrain the content inside of it. Maybe this could be an article in order to keep semantic HTML. Yeah, I'll just leave it at article. And we'll see what happens. And now that I'm doing this, each one of these div elements that are currently in here could also be articles. So the header, the deposits could be an article, this could be an article, and this could be an article. It's just weird that it's such little content and calling it an article just feels wrong, you know? So same thing with hero. Yeah. And again, if this is actually like making someone ick, let me know. I will change it. Articles. Okay, so that means that I need to change section, hero section, article. Perfect. And so all articles in section are going to have a max width. Hopefully it's still in my clipboard. It is not. I just cut that curly brace. Dang it. Yes. Why are you guys still expanded? Oh my gosh, I'm not using you. But present. Move. Move out of my way. You're what? There. Okay, so that should push all of those, or at least make their max width that, and then margin 0 auto to push them into the center. The other thing I could do is make the section itself display flex. And instead of doing margin 0 auto, do justify content center. Just like that. But then that actually does squish the content to be as narrow as possible, whereas I would prefer it to let the content be as wide as it can get, but then still center itself. So margin 0, we'll keep that. Okay, good to know. That means you're a duplicate rule, you're a duplicate rule. I don't have the padding rules for every article because I wanted to handle its own padding. ¿Qué más? I mean, that looks okay-ish. I just need more content and stuff. Oh, that's what this picture is. This picture is the placeholder for the view transaction history. Which I think is going to be a combination of pictures. And actually, where is that? Like, we're looking at the view transaction history thing, but I'm not seeing the placeholder image. Okay, so I'm wrong. This placeholder image is the one for the logo. Okay. Well, we may as well put the logo in there. I just now have to make the decision on whether or not I'm going to put the automated realms SVG in there or not. Because this is just a pen. Do I really want to put my SVG with a logo on a pen? Yeah, I do. So instead of placeholder, let's go grab my automated realms local. Which I put where? I know it's one of these folders. Automated realms. Ideas. No, it's in image projects. Image projects. Automated realms. Icons. Talk with designer. Aha, output. Okay, give me the one with shadow and colored. Porfa. S'il vous plaît. This is going to be a lot of SVG. Whoa. I know. Little big. Little big. That's hero section. We need to get all the way down to the footer, please. Footer. Okay, in footer we had company info logo. We'll make it 3 rems. Oh my goodness. How do you type? Can someone please teach me how to type? Oh, what's up with this aliasing? Didn't I already fix that? I thought I had a version of this where I don't have this aliasing issue. Okay, what I'm gonna do instead is use a PNG that I generated. I'm still gonna use how to do, because like I know that there's one CSS property that I could try and maybe see what that does to the graphic. What is it called? CSS and SVG smoothing. Is it image rendering? Yeah, shape rendering crisp edges versus shape rendering optimized quality. And I'm pretty sure this is something you can control with CSS. SVG, CSS, shape rendering. Good. Geometric precision is what I used before. Let's see if that works. Shape rendering. I could have sworn that I copied geometric precision. Oh, awesome. Welcome back, Dukasoft. So glad you're back. We're playing around with making this logo not look so crappy. Nope, didn't work. Excuse me, what did we do with you? Why do you look so crisp and clean? Because I have it as a property. Is it because each shape also gets the geometric rendering? So this is on the SVG itself. Let's see if we can fix that. had to pick up a new monitor. What? What kind is it? What size is it? Is it like new? Is it? That's exciting. I get excited over getting new technology. Health to wear. Dukes. Health to wear. Should I leave that alone? I think you're in the wrong chat. Should I do so much? Interesting, though. Why is this one so much better looking? It's the same SVG. You know what? We're just going to rip it from this guy's site. It's my site. And I give myself express permission to use the SVG from there. All of the content on that site is copywritten and protected by law. Okay, what do you look like now? There we go, nice and clean. So let's fix the shadow. It's a little bit too dark. Dark. So dark. And maybe give it some padding too. So logo, padding, 0.1 rem. That should make it to where the shadow on bottom doesn't get cut off. Maybe 0.2. Stop scrolling back to the top. Remember my flipping scroll position. You know what? Is that even affecting the bottom shadow at all? It's not. Oh, wow. Okay. Whatever. We'll live with it. Okay, so here's the monitor that he picked up. A tough Asus TUF gaming monitor. That is what this one is. Right here. It's just not this quality. 2560 by 1440, 180 hertz refresh rate. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like very used to 4K resolution now. I have like 16 different screens up on this monitor. I think this one is only 1080. That's how old it is. The other one, I had two of these, but one of them just decided to stop. The backlight decided to stop working, and no one wanted to repair that. 180, man, that hurts. That's a nice monitor. Okay, well, let's fix this shadow. And also, I don't need the particle spawner. That's right, I said particle spawner. I am abusing SVGs in HTML. Oh my gosh, why are you jumping around so much? Yes. Okay, so that was right. It will fit nicely into my 1070. Can your graphics card even support 2K? Is that what that is? 2K resolution? Or is that still considered 4K? Particle front, we don't need. That is a nested group. I have plans. Don't worry. I never worry about you, Dukasoft. I'm concerned for you sometimes, but I'm never worried. What? What even does that mean? This would be leaves or whatever they are. We should name the parts of my logo. So the person that designed my logo is amazing. If you guys ever do want a referral for someone that does really good work with logos and stuff, just let me know. I'll send you her stuff if she's okay with it, of course. I'm really happy with this logo. I mean, I'm sure she does more than just logos. Any graphics design needs you guys might have. Hashtag not sponsored. And I get no commissions or anything. Okay, so there is our logo. Oh, I was trying to fix the coloring on the shadow, which I know that I have an ID on it. Here are some definitions for my linear gradients, for example. Right. Get these nice and formatted. Lux. Oh, and I think I mentioned this on someone else's stream. Oh, man, I've been getting into music again, which is such a time sink sometimes. All the time, whatever. Anything that is not software development is such a time sink. I got the urge, you know. Hello, Deflux. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. I almost pulled Marriage John on you. What day is it today? It's Friday, right? No. And TVD Gamer is back from his meeting. Your stand-up only took an hour and a half. Impressive. Oh, no. Okay, so you did other stuff. Okay, so never mind. I retract my comment. I don't care about this stuff. Actually, I do, because I'm looking for the ellipse. So this should be the shadow. It's the only one that walks beside me. Napalm says, sweet, I will save my joy for Community Day, but I have an API publish. I have an API publish a patient to RabbitExchange and a consumer reading from the queue and placing the record in Redis, all Aspire, all easy as pie. And you did that during the stream, which means that it did not take long at all. That is awesome. So Napalm is using Aspire. Deadowita? Help me out here. I want to say Dead. Nope. Deadowita is how I want to pronounce your name. So fix me if I'm wrong, but that's my attempt. Cool, crazy, gay. Which one of you guys are the shadow? It's got to be these. Why are you named something weird like this? Dang it. I'm just gonna give you guys, why do you even have a class anymore? I cleaned this thing up so that I didn't have an inline class for the SVG. Instead, I used this defs to create the gradients, but I did not rename the gradients. I'm pretty sure I used Adobe Illustrator when I was setting this up. Maybe I was using Figma. I don't know for sure. I don't remember. But I'm looking for my shadow. Has anyone seen my shadow? Anyone at all? Okay, so it's definitely this here. Off to another meeting. Take care, all. Thank you for the addition to the pairing discussion this morning. Yeah, not a problem. So we were discussing actually TBD Gamer was discussing with his community this morning about pair programming and, you know, how it actually is worthwhile to do pair programming in teams with teams, you know, and then trading off, like when you're starting to feel like you're super confident and you're kind of ignoring your navigator, that's a pretty good indication that you should switch, let the other person drive for a while. Make sure to stop, take feedback, let the other person navigate, or yeah, actually, you know, I'm confused on the terms. Is the person at the keyboard the driver or the navigator? I'm pretty sure it's the person that's like just watching and providing do this, do this, do this. That's the navigator. I've never been a fan. I am very much a failure-driven developer. Here's 100 ways not to do a thing, but at 101 success. Yeah, so you fail fast, iterate, fail fast, iterate, fail fast. I'm totally okay with that style as well. It doesn't work well on my team because we're a small, agile team where, like, I have full stack experience. We have a junior developer that's really good at identifying issues that are brought up with very unique ways of resolving those issues. Hear my politically correct phrasing. They're unique ways in that they aren't necessarily industry standard because he hasn't been in the industry for that long to have adopted very many other people's industry standards. So they're creative. And so it's easy to take what he's done and be like, well, yeah, good approach. Interesting thing that you've done here. Have you seen this other approach that is similar to yours, but also accounts for these other situations that may arise by following this approach? They're naive is what I'm trying to say. And with a little bit of finesse, they are made into actual things that could stand the test of development time. And then we have one that specializes in hardware code related stuff in C# and C++, working with Windows APIs, but not much in the front end world. And then another one that is jack of all, no, still also focused in the same area. So anyway, it's difficult for us to pair program is what I'm trying to say on our team, because our release schedule is like a 2-month release schedule, and the stakeholders pretty much want at least one feature from every developer on the team in the next release. So we're all kind of doing our own thing most of the time. I tried programming at work the other day. It was really hard to focus with my boss sitting next to me. Is that normal? Dead said, oh, that's fun to say. Dan said, to be honest, I'm not a big fan of Aspire. All these tasks should not be tied to .NET, in my honest opinion. That would be a very good conversation for a community day. Let me tell you about community this thing. So on Fridays on this channel, we have the stream that I do on Fridays is dedicated to having conversations about current technologies, about about technologies, about projects that you're working on, anything technology. Oh my gosh, I'm repeating myself. Technology that you want to just have conversations about. So I don't know very much about Aspire, but it does seem like we have at least two people in our chat currently that know more about Aspire than I do and have opinions about it. And that's something I love to endorse or encourage, is for you to have opinions that are based in your experiences, based on the knowledges that you have at the moment, and let's have a healthy conversation about it. That's very welcome on this channel. But yes, Dukasoft is saying, my boss is just a normal PC. I'm gonna leave it at that. No, normal PC user, so she knows nothing about dev stuff. The perfect boss. So this is gonna sound terrible. What I love using my my spouse for is whenever I just need something that isn't super informed about software development, for me to say, here's an issue that I'm having, and then she tells me things that she comes up with. It's like, huh, that made me think of this other thing, not what you said, but it inspired me and unlocks me, and it's really cool. Anyway, what are you doing? Why is it taking so long? So Robling says in response to Irish John's message, except when they make technical decisions. I don't know. I kind of don't mind that. It's not bad though. That bad though. Napalm said, I feel like my brain had suffered a lobotomy when coding in front of others. Oh, yeah. So that, I'm going to call it performance anxiety. It may not be what you have, but I'm still going to call it that because it has a connotation that illustrates it. There's imagery associated with it, but yeah, I can see that. I have pretty bad social anxiety when it comes to interacting with people on a normal basis, but when it comes to work, that just flies out the window. It's like we can talk shop all day long and I won't necessarily have as much anxiety. I will have anxiety, but not nearly the same type that if you want to talk about your weekend or ask me about mine or non-work related things. But anyway, Xcoding is here. Hello, Xcoding, another fantastic app dev. Check out his stream. When is your next stream, Xcoding? Inquiring minds want to know. Have you been to a Twitch meetup? I don't do things physically in person very often at all. Like, I'll go on mountain view drives. I'll drive around the Rocky Mountain Arsenal. Maybe I'll go for a walk out in the real world, but I've missed them. But definitely, if you are interested in seeing some really cool software development on a code editor and other similar projects, I am terrible at remembering what your projects are, but I'm almost always on your stream when you're live. It makes me a really bad viewer. I can sit here and rattle off everyone else's projects, but I can't rattle off yours. But yeah, anyway, check out Xcoding. It's worth it. Terminal and code editor at the moment. Man, I love your emotes. Napalm said, I don't know what it is. Maybe anxiety. I think it's the Hawthorne effect and feeling judged. Yeah. And then IJG says, it's so much easier just to call you Irish John. It says, why don't you just write the code that makes the battery last longer? This sounds like something you've heard from experience. No cold one with one. True. Very true. And Digasoff said, I could, but your job would take forever. Yeah. You get about 20 cycles per minute. I love it. I'm a lurker is what I am. I lurk everywhere. And lately I've been extremely swamped and my anxiety levels are through the roof. I want to do so much to document my current stuff so that I can do knowledge transfer, make it an easier transition, I hope. But yeah. Anyway, I'm trying to fix this shadow here. And I need to figure out for the ellipse which gradient are we using? We're not, we're using color 2. Oh, we're using color 2. Oh, and that's why it's dark here, because it's on a very dark background, so I have it a very dark color. Sumimasen. Where did I put it? Salad. Okay, you there. Color 2 is defined like this. Cool. So I used a custom CSS property, CSS custom property, in order to target the background. I mean the shadow. So let's see what happens when we turn this up to a lot of white. We're probably going to use a purple, but for now I just want to see it actually make a change, and it's not. Why isn't it changing the color for you? Because I don't actually have a rule saying that class color 2 oh, I have class shadow. That class color 2 uses color 2. And actually, what is the rule for color 2? That's logo wrapper. Yeah. Fill. Fill is what we use. Fill of the jungle. Oh my goodness. I can too. So Rob Lang said, I can hear this emoji pairing for Irish Johns with Beck. I think it's exactly what I'm having. What is this in response to? I don't know what it... Oh, yeah, the anxiety. Okay. I don't think I know what the Hawthorne effect is. Personally. I'm just assuming that there is an aspect of being observed. So when subjects of an experimental study change or improve their behavior because it is being evaluated or studied. Makes sense. In response to the awareness of being observed. And you know what? It probably happens even if you aren't aware that you're being observed. Because the act of, or not the act, but the property of being observed will affect you regardless of whether you're aware of it or not. Okay, I'm just gonna target this directly. Why aren't you changing though? Is it because shadow? I'm so confused. Oh my gosh. I feel like this came up in a project management class in college, maybe. Don't remember. Ah, I see. The one thing that I encountered in college personality-wise, aside from my philosophy class, which I absolutely loved, it was just the undergrad Philo 100, whatever it's called, Philo 101. That's one of the possible elective courses you can take as an undergrad. Anyway, I want to rave about that class because I loved the teacher and his conversations that we had during the class. They weren't just the surface level stuff. Moving on. We had a professional. I can't remember the name of the class or the acronym for it, but it was pretty much a professional skills development class, which just kind of sounds like PSD, which is kind of like PTS. But anyway, where really the only thing that they talked about personality wise there was the Myers-Briggs system. And I didn't even know very much about it at the time. And I was just like, all right, sure. Another controlling classification system. So that we can say, this is why you are the way you are. But I learned more about it and I have more of an appreciation for the underlying science behind it and socionics and whatever else. Mumble, 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 and also mumble. I'm not going on to that topic today. No, no, no. But I am still curious why this thing is not changing color. The ellipse? Because that's ellipse. What happened to shadow? It's right here. Okay, so shadow here has shape rendering, but it's not picking. Oh, and then inside of shadow, we have color 2, which is not getting the fill property. Okay, so shadow, and inside of shadow, we do have another element that is a container for color 2, but we should be able to select .shadow.color2 inside of SVG. So why can't I? And then what about this? Fill linear gradient. Do I really have something that's just an ID linear gradient? And is this all ellipses or is it specific? Yeah, it's all class ellipses. Ellipses. Oh, so confusing. Okay, that works better. So it was definitely the ellipse that wasn't letting it do its thing. And here is the opacity 0.15. Okay, good. So then if I change this to instead bar icon shadow color with my prefix FMT. Myers-Briggs is fine for understanding something of yourself. Other than that, it's a worry. I don't know. I got a lot of value out of understanding the more nuances from the Myers-Briggs typology. it's more than just the 4-letter acronym and more than just a tool for evaluating yourself. It really can be used in a business setting for determining the makeup of a team, how it's going to work together, strategies for getting people to work together, being able to accept everyone for who they are and why they behave the way they do. It's not a very robust system as far as self-improvement or other uses for it. But I do think it has its strengths. Let's go with purple 3, I think is the darkest one. Archery time. Yeah, 3. Did it actually come up for you? Please tell me it did. Good. Oh man, that is far away. Bit performing. My goodness. Oh dear. So snarky, Automated Realms. And a greet from Rob Lang Dev to Bit. We were talking about Asus earlier, so I have ROG on the brain. Where was this supposed to go? What was I using this for? Here. Oh man, that is so close. All right, Bit Performing, it's your turn to shoot the target. To do so, use the command shoot. Oh yeah, Napalm, I don't know if you saw, but there are multiple ways to shoot. One of them is just exclamation point shoot. Another one is exclamation point shoot, CHOOT. And the hidden one is exclamation point pew. But you have to enter the right number of arguments. And I need to change the order of that validity checker, validator checker. Hey, it actually called you BitGamia this time. Weird. Pew. I really should make it make different noises. I already have that. Okay. Where are you? All right, cool. So we got the nice purple underneath. Maybe just a little bit more opacity, please. Maybe a lot more opacity. Oh dear. Please excuse my dear friend Dukasoft. What was that, Duka? So the thing about Dukasoft is his archery skills rely on his... Oh, why isn't it making the hit target sound? Anyway, on his other skills. And why aren't you changing your opacity? I don't care. We're going to leave it at that. I'm going to finish styling the rest of it. We'll make you just a little bit bigger. Twice the size that you were. And then we're going to move this up here so that it looks more like my horizontal oriented version of the logo. So we've got the SVG styling done. The logo itself is the picture inside of the company info, right? Question I'm asking myself, I'm not asking you guys. Although if you want to tell me, that would be nice. Okay, so logo really is only the logo and then the slogan underneath. So, man, I really need to put this up higher. So come with me for a second. Tired of scrolling down every single flipping time. Go up here in the main hero section, text content, pasta. And then let's move you up for a second to here. Thank you. Okay, SVG is done. Logo is done. So the overall styling for this is going to be display flex because I want them to be horizontally in line. I want them to also be line items flex end so that they fall to the bottom like so. Give me a gap in between them of about a half character. Good. All right, and then our I did copy this and not cut it, right? I hope I copied it. Slogan. This kind of looks like no, it's right here. Okay, good. I only copied it. No, you hush. We're almost done. Those favicons not being centered on the Chrome browser tabs. Where? Which ones? Or, I mean, this is Firefox, so I don't know which ones you're talking about, actually. Oh, just in Chrome, the favicons aren't vertically centered, I take it. Wait, this is Chrome. This is Chrome. This is not Firefox. Speaking of focus, dot, whatever's in my clipboard, could have been my password, who knows? That'd have been fun, right? I think it's Netscape Navigator 4. Oh man, maybe time to upgrade. Here's the picture of Dukasoft. Link the image, not the message. Shared any. Right click. Oh my gosh, that is terrible. Copy image link. Oh, you did. You did. That is horrible. Like, is this for real? What it looks like? That is unacceptable. First of all, it's bright. Why do you have it in light mode? I'm kidding. You can have it in light mode if you want, but still. Wow. I've never seen that before. Slogan. Slogan has P's in it because you put P's in a slogan. And I want my P's. Actually, is it line height and P's that causes this? I forget what it is. We need to consult the dev tools. It looks like margin that causes it. Yeah, it's margin. So we will do P margin 0 for now. This actually we can, yeah, display flex. If you can tell, I like using flex a lot because I don't really do it in real life, so I may as well use it all over my CSS. And then just flex direction. I take it you aren't streaming today, Big Gamey? Or did you just forget what time it is? Or maybe you told us on Monday that you weren't going to be streaming today. I don't remember, man. And then a gap of 0.2. And then a padding bottom in case I want to use background colors and stuff, which I don't. Padding bottom of 0.4 so that I push it up just enough. Nope, it's got to be 0.6. And then finally, wow, an entire font size. Okay. The last thing that I want to do on, I mean, I still want to change the font and everything, but wow, it's much higher. But what I would like to do is make it to where the main title is bigger and bolded, font size 1.4, font weight bold, and the subtitle is italicized, font style italics. I remembered. Italic. Yeah, okay. And there you go. There is something that is similar to the automated realms, but what I need to do is to get the horizontal spacing of this. Oh, which means that this needs to be like font size 0.8. The horizontal spacing to line up with the right edge of the slogan so that it's I want it to look like this when I'm done with it. All right. So there you have it. Anyway, we'll pick up more on this next Monday because everyone knows that even though I do stream on Fridays, we do community days on Fridays, which I do not work on the redesign project. Yeah, I know. Time just flies, man. But I do got to get back to my day job because again, as I say so often on this channel, we have a release that is upcoming. As I mentioned to you, it's usually a 2-month release pattern. Strategy, whatever I said earlier, cycle. Yeah, I have that too. I'll put mine under yours. Oh, on the Discord. Yeah. Well, no, yours still does look a little bit off center. Is that just what the Twitch logo looks like? Yeah. Like, look, even on mine, it feels like it is off center because it has this extra, excuse me, you're gonna have to stop. It has this extra, you can't see it because I'm on the ending screen. Okay. So anyway, take a look at the Twitch icon, fave icon in your Chrome browser. And you'll see it too. But that's it. That's all I got for now. We're going to raid out. Definitely make sure to check out Irish John Games in about 30-ish minutes. Is this the week that you won't be streaming on Friday and Saturday? Maybe Thursday, Friday, Saturday? Maybe today? Thursday and Friday and Saturday. Anyway, he won't be streaming for some days that he normally streams this week. Even for the next 2 weeks. Good grief. That's crazy. You heard it here first. Anyway, there's a big shout out to Irish John Games, though. Give him a follow. Big Gamey said he's not streaming today because he had a hot flash or something. Personal errands earlier, including an airport run, so I have to work more. Bump to tomorrow. Cool. There is a pinned message that you probably haven't seen since you're streaming. True. Yes. Also true. Yeah, definitely check out all of these amazing people, though. Yes, Hot Flash stopped me streaming today. Thought that was a hot flash. That's terrible. Anyway, we're going to raid one of my favorite people to watch. Another game dev that I have not shouted out all stream because I knew that we would be heading over there. But you've probably heard of him before. It's Simple Game Dev. He works on a Portal-inspired, Half-Life-inspired puzzle platformer game. You do need to check out Liquid Sky. That is a TBD Gamer project. Check out his streams every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. 7 a.m., 7:30, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. But yeah, simple. Nice usage there. So we're gonna raid over to him. I'm always lurking on his channel. As you know, I lurk on everyone's channel a lot, and I tune in on occasion. But he is definitely worth a watch. If you've never seen a Simple Game Dev streamer, a Simple Game Dev stream, you're in for a treat. He is working on some really fun stuff for both the Sector Zero, which is the prequel or prologue to his core game called Artificial. Check it out on Steam. You're going to see a lot about it when we get there. Ask him stuff, play around with his stream avatars. But yeah, I will catch you again whenever you happen to show up. Friday will be the next time that I stream. This is what it looks like, though. Anyway, Fridays are community days, so if you feel like joining us, we'll have conversations about everything, anything that you feel like talking about. I do have a topic still that I'm interested in talking about, but that'll only be if no one else comes up with anything. So, all right, ciao for now. I'll post this video VOD to YouTube and stuff.